Hey guys, David, aka Nailbuster here. Now we're here to show some fun stuff. This video I'm going to show you, we're going to go through, it's an advanced topic for people like table authors, people that are very knowledgeable in creating tables and dealing with script. We're going to go through and show how to add a PuPDMD to original table. Now, we're not talking about pup packs, although this does entail that. What we're talking about is I want to make an original table. I need a device, a DMD. The PuPDMD framework that I did here is supposed to make it simple, a lot easier for you to support whether it's a real DMD, a normal, 4:1 DMD, or like a full-size double-high DMD, aka JJP styles. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have a zip there. The zip will have, of course, the actual framework. It's one text file that you're going to copy and paste into the table script, and it has little quick steps here. But yeah, so you're going to have that, and you're going to have let's call it the starter pup pack for this DMD framework. Okay, and you have to be familiar with pup packs to get all this, but in general, we'll be using pup pack editor. And you'll notice here we have most of these will be used for backlast, but the ones we're going to be working with the PuPDMD is the attract, the background, the Dmd splashes, and the pup frame for your DMD. Anything pup frames will be your backdrop for your DMD. Those are the three playlists you're going to be dealing with. The most important part here to make things simple is the Dmd Splash. Now the Dmd Splash, this is a really nice way. I mean, you can do text, and obviously for dynamic things, you're going to be using text. And you can actually disable videos, and it'll show the text version of these. But it's really nice that you can, it only took me a couple of minutes in some of the editors to get some text animation. Now what I did is I used the exact same frame as the backdrop frame of the game. This is for Goonies. And I put some text animation. And I made them all 3 seconds. I mean, you could make them different lengths, but then you'll have to remember what they are in table script. But in general, you need to, I did them all 3 seconds, which I think is really pretty good. You don't want to be too long and whatnot. So 3 seconds I did each one. Like if you really wanted a multi-ball to be 10 seconds, you could do that. Or a welcome or credits. I think I have the credits one here for 10 seconds. But in general, let's leave them all 3 seconds for now. And you could do as many or as little as you want. And that's a really good way of making it look really nice. Pup frames. Now the pup frames is the default pup frame I have here. Is this one. So it's the backdrop. So the text goes over this, and that brings me to, so you get an idea of how a pup display works. With pup displays, every pup display, whether it shows videos or PNGs or whatnot, you have this invisible text overlay on it. If you initialize it, you will get a text overlay. This text overlay, you can put PNGs on it, but let's just focus on text for now. You put text over it, and then they'll merge on top of each other so that it, So you can easily have an MP4 playing here, and text will be on it. You can place the text wherever you'd like in table script and have a running in background. You can make it blank in the background. So that's how that works. Now, to understand the PuPDMD framework, okay, you have the one pup display. That's the frame here. That's the backdrop. The reason why we put a frame in the backdrop, so when we pop videos up, we use the same frame so it looks like it's seamless. You don't get any blinks between multiple videos. So we use a PNG backdrop, must be PNG, and we can show videos on top or texts. Now, with PuPDMD, you're going to have unlimited amount of what are called pages. Now pages are just like a group of labels, and they're it's virtual, and you got to think of it. So let's say by default, what's in the framework, we have the scores page, which is these 3 labels laid out. You can change the font size, location, but so this would be page 1, and this would be page 2. These are 2 labels. And this would be, let's say, page 3, 1 big label in the middle, and you can change the font, color, size, all that jazz. I already said that. So assume that it's all customizable. So if we're showing page 1 here, and we can, like, say, pop up, hit the target light, right? So this is page 2. We say, hey, go to page 2 and set the labels. Label 1, which is hit the, and label 2, which is target light. Okay? And all of a sudden, the pup will pop over and show page 2. It'll hit the target light, And then when you say that, you say do that for 3 seconds. That's why the videos are good to be 3 seconds as well, in case you have video or text. And you say hit the light target, it'll show up for 3 seconds and automatically go back to whatever page it was on before. And you can have unlimited pages, high score pages, multiple labels. There really is no limit. You can have fun. Whenever you switch pages, it'll automatically hide those groups of that page and show you the new page. And then there's, again, advanced stuff as animation, moving, pulsating, zooming in on the text, but it's better to leave that in MP4. You do it a lot nicer. All right, so let's get to it. When you have the PUP pack, all original tables have to start off with a PUP pack, right? So, and in our PUP pack, I called this one my first PUP. So you're gonna unzip it into the PUP videos, call it whatever you want. I'll call it my list PUP. And so you have, you'll probably understand this once you know PUP packs. With the PUP packs, you're going to set the PUP frames. I have it as default PNG, and I'm going to set the backlash default MP4, so it's a looping backlash. That's Goonies right now. And then you have these D0s. D0s are what done at startup, and these are triggers. So you can actually do different things here as you like. We're already doing this, so it's not important, but just to give you an example of what D0s. So on startup, when trigger is D0, we can play a certain different, maybe welcome screen or something like that, and track the different. But for now, we're going to leave that. We save it. Okay. Once we have that, we're going to go right into a table. Let's just start on our original table. Hey, new example table. Okay. So you're going to have a text file, hopefully on another monitor or whatnot. And you're going to follow the steps. So first thing we're going to do is going to go into the scripts here. And we're going to go to the bottom. Right at the end here. Hopefully the text is legible. And we're going to grab the entire text. It's already commented out on the stuff. So you just grab the entire contents of the PuPDMD framework. And you paste it right there. So there's some sample. But as is, it should run. But that's... all the code is ready to go. Okay, so step 1, we did that. Step 2, okay, so what we want to do is, you'll see here, like, do not touch this code. You don't need to touch it, because if I update the framework and add more features, you don't want to be messing around with the stuff you're not supposed to be messing. Then there's stuff will say, hey, modify this section, the layouts and whatnot, so that'll be fine. But when it says, like, do not modify stuff above this line, don't. Because then you're going to be, when I update the framework, you're going to be like, hey. So all this stuff is done for you automatically, pre-set up. So let's go and first thing we want to do is the user configs. These usually go on the top of the script so that people can change a type of whether they got a real DMD, whether you got a full DMD, LCD DMD, and the scaling and whatnot. Right now we're doing LCD. Let me minimize this. Okay, so I'm going to put that here, and so we got to make sure that this is the P game name is set up to be. I think I called it my first PUP. Okay, so that was step 3. Now step 4. In order for the framework to work, it needs one timer. It has a lot of internal timers as well after that, but it needs the one timer. So we're going to drop the one timer. Haha. Okay, one timer. We're going to put it there. The timer is going to be called PuPDMD update. Now, don't do this too much because this is actually updating the PUP system. I'm going to put 250 milliseconds, 4 times a second. Don't go under 200 milliseconds, or you can even do 300 if you like. So we'll leave it at 250. Okay, where's my options? So if I go to script, where are you? Script, there you go. So DMD update, and I'm going to go to timer. And you'll see this, I already have the timer there for you. So you'll know you did it right when it goes to the code. You don't need to touch this code. This is part of the do not modify section. Okay, and that is good. So we did that part. Now we have the PMD update. Now the PUP init. The PUP init is usually your table is going to have a table 1. Again, this is for people that know about tables. It's not a the table 1. The table 1 init section where you set up the B2S controller or whatnot. You need to call PUP init That'll initialize the entire pup system. Right now we don't have a table 1 init, so we're just going to call it at the end of the code right now, pup init. And once you have the pup init, you're going to have this section here at the bottom. It says the custom sub function. So you're going to need to now do things. Okay, like what I mean is the game will automatically start in a track. It has an attract section here already for you, case 1 to 10. You can add 11, 12, 13, 14 automatically because the else statement will reset it. So it'll go case 1 to 20, case 1 to 7, whatever you want to do. So the attract, like this one here, like P start game. When you start the game, you need to call this function. It'll handle what needs to get handled. Start ball, game over. The attract mode is auto started for you. You're going to need to set an update score here. Right now I have a test update score here, but you're going to have to update your score. It gets automatically called in the timer, so you just got to change this section to update the labels for the score, player, and ball, whatnot. Okay. All right. So, like, really, I believe, yeah. If I run this, it should actually work. Should be in the operative. Let me try running it. See what happens. There we go. Okay, can I minimize this? So there we go. So our sample backlash started, our DMD started, and now it auto starts in a track mode. So each time you're in a track, each page, you get to change the text. Right now I just have it saying a track 2, a track 3. All right, so we know where our DMD is started and it's working. So let's go back in to Visual Pinball. Let's do some fun stuff. Let's first start off with the track. Okay, so now that we are ready to now start using the driver, I mean, it is set up. Now, what's nice, you're only going to be doing one thing. You're going to, everywhere in code, you're going to be using this PuPDMD display. This is a magic sub. This magic sub will figure out whether you're using a 1 line, a 2 line. You'll notice each line is separated by a whatever that is, circumflex. Oh no, what is that? Circumflex, whatever. Shift 6. That breaks the line up, so you can have up to 3 lines, no more, because we only have a 3-line max. Again, this framework is to make it simple. Yes, once you get advanced, get into it, you can make an 8-line. You can do whatever you want. But for now, we're trying to make it as simple as possible. So I'm going to start off by saying welcome. So this is the first part. So welcome to my first pup. You'll notice here it's 5 seconds. Let's just do it 3 seconds. Where 1 is flashing or not flashing, and the priority. Priority, of course, if I'm showing something that the jackpot that's 50, and all of a sudden this other lower thing that's 40, it'll just skip it and keep the jackpot running. So welcome to my first pup. 3 seconds, flashing. Then I'm gonna go second part. Glad you are here. And I'll do that 3 seconds. 0 for not flashing. Leave it as 10. And well, let's start playing that. Let's see. Oh, there's welcome. And it should start off with, yeah, welcome to my first pup, flashing. And the next thing I think, yeah, glad you are here. I said no flashing. So that's pretty cool. So that's the attract. I didn't have to do anything. All the attract's already built in. So now let's start doing stuff. So we are going to start doing stuff. So let's look at P start game. That has to be called, right? But this is an example table. What I'll just do here, I'm just going to do plunger key. So plunger key, I'm going to call P start game. P start game will automatically put the score page on, and it'll start updating the scores with the P update scores. And how about we go back here and find out what's the end game. So start game, game over. I'm just going to game over on. Once we drain a ball, I'll do. Okay, yeah, sure. When we drain a ball, I am going to go game over. Okay. Let's try that. So I'm going to hit F5. Okay, so when I hit the plunger key, it should be welcome to my first pop. So that's going to automatically do it. Again, when you hit a coin key, you can make it pop up something in between. It'll still continue with your attract. So I'm going to hit the plunger. Oh, and it automatically went, and now it's updating scores. Well, I have just a fixed score in my sample because normally each hit you'd add a score to it. It would be updating. And then come down, and when it drains, it should go back into a track if everything goes well. Hey, we're back in a track mode. That's simple. If I go, yeah, we're at track 4, track 5, yay. So I'm going to go back, see, and it does it again. And you can drain. Awesome. Okay, now we can do cool things. Again, you'll notice on the bottom I put samples of things. I think I have, let's just do a, my first pup. Well, let's do a splash. And do, let's do game over. Sure, game over. So what we want to do is, well, we'll just, how about in a track, we'll just show you so it's simpler. I'll show you in a track 3, game over. Okay, so we want to do game over. It'll be big because it's one line. But you'll notice here, the second parameter on the pup display, you can put media. And I'm going to put game over. .mp4. Now I put game over.mp4. What you'll notice is a little at the rate of sign there, email at. What's special about that is if media has the at, it'll automatically hide any text overlay while you plays. It's a really cool thing. And then when it's finished playing the media, the text overlay will be re-enabled. That's nice. So when you want to do splashes that are graphics, you do that. Now, why would we put game over and the video? Because on older PMDs or slower systems, they might say, I don't want any videos popping up because I have a one color DMD or whatnot. Then when they disable that, you don't have to do anything. It'll automatically go back and fall back to the game over text instead of showing the video. Now, if there is no ampersand sign and it's just, if there's no at the rate of sign, at sign, if it's just game over, and again, that all depends on what you have all the splashes automatically are in Dmd Splashes. So depends if you have a at the rate of ball locked, or you might have another one like blank that doesn't have it. What that is it still continues showing the text. So maybe you want a combination where you're just showing a number like 1 or 2 or 3 dynamically, and the rest of the video is more ramps for bonus or something. So you can mix and match. You can have text over graphics, over media, or you can just, in here I think the game over is set for, game over one is game over is a thing. So you'll notice now that the third frame in our thing will show video. Did I put 3 seconds? No, I didn't know you checked now. But yeah, you also want to put, as far as the time, you want to be the length of your MP4, and it's second base. So I think the third one would have been the game over. I'm glad you're here. I think now game over should appear. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, here we go, game over. And that's it. It goes back in the track. Now, so you can do a lot of stuff. Like this is we're getting to the basics now. But once you start updating scores, doing splashes in scores, you're using that one function, that pup display. Okay. Because once you're using that pups display, it's great. It's one function. You can have everything. The first part of pup display is, you'll notice this is shoot default. These are actual, some of them matter. Like show number is a special layout. It's a special page where like you have 3 with show. It shows here how it works. But the layout is, the first one is the number, and then you have 2 strings over each other. And here you'll notice something really cool. Like this string right here has a pipe. Now with the latest version here, whenever you assign a label, if you do pipe and a number, it'll actually change the color of that text. So you can use this utility called color pick, and you select the color you want, and then it tells you the digits, and you just copy the clipboard, and you can, change it. And that now more 2 will change to that. Other ones like target, they're all listed here. I'm not going to go through them all, but in general, you're going to go and use pup display. You're going to set media, the times, the whether you want the flash, whether you want the priority, and even target letters is really cool. I can show you target letters. Let's show target letters. I want to show off now, so we'll make number 4. We'll do target letters with Potter, and we'll do a blank MP4. Is there a blank MP4 there? Let's see, make sure we have, we have a blank MP4. All right, so now we don't want it for 10 seconds. No, we want it just for 3 seconds. Let's see, I'll show you what the how it looks with the target letters, and my dog's drinking water next to me. All right, so let's see, is it working? Oh, did I click on it? Where am I? Where's it going? What are we doing here? Something went up. What did I do? Too many times in Visual Pinball, and now I crapped it all out. Of course, you'll get that sometimes. You should exit Visual Pinball now and then. But I'm going to have to end task on it. And we'll try it 1 second. Not responding, of course. Yeah, every now and then it's good if you do a lot of changes to... Do I still have it running here? Let me just check. No, it looks good. Okay, let's try it again. F5. No, I did something. I don't remember what I did now. Okay, I'm going to have to... Well, it was going to show you that part, but we'll figure out what exactly I did. Oh, this is not what I wanted to do. I see. I did some sort of... I did all this before I should have. Yeah, let me end task again. Close the program. Hey, you can tell this was unscripted. So yeah, you don't want to put pup displays here at the end before the whole system's up and running. I unremmed this by accident. Okay, so now let's try that and see if case 4, do I have to end task on any of this? Let's see where the system's at. Let's give it one more shot. You're watching as... Oh, there we go. Okay, so yeah, you don't want to put PuPDMDs on the bottom there for no reason before the system's up. What did I do? Oh yeah, the Potter. I want to show you the target letters. This is something automatic. It's built into the framework. You'll see, I think it was after game 4. Yeah, after game 4. So you're going to see, there you go. You can set the font, and so it's showing you just hit E and what you have left. That's a cool little thing. So yeah, as the framework gets bigger, we'll add more functions. And you'll notice that's because the first thing I did was target. There's one called show num. But in general, most of them, you can just label them yourself, because in the future, as you get more advanced, you can actually have a hook and say, hey, if it's a track, do something special. But I think that's enough to get you guys going. And you can look at some of the table. I think Goonies I did. You can look at a bit to see how I do more advanced things. But the other thing is layouts here on the bottom. Just so we'll quickly go through that. You have, if it's a real DMD, you'll notice each page and the description of what label new means. These are the pages and labels, and you can read this section. But you can actually change the initial colors, the sizes with the layouts, left, right, center, with some margins and whatnot. And this is where, if you wanted to change, your current default score page. And these are just labels you give it, and which font. I kind of have 4 fonts here. Again, oh yeah, so let me just show you for fonts. All fonts have to go in a fonts folder. Now be careful, don't put 20 fonts. It takes like 1 second sometimes for Windows to load dynamically fonts. It's not a fast process, depending on the fast system. So I've seen people have like 15 fonts and like, hey, why does it take 5 seconds to start up? Be careful with the fonts. If you have a really big table or a font that you use a lot, people can actually copy this out of fonts and just install these fonts on the system. Like if you want to, if you're using it on your dev box, you can copy this off or rename fonts to whatever you want, and just install all these fonts, because if there's no fonts, it'll just use your local fonts. So these are dynamic and don't get installed; they're just loaded on demand. And I think that's it for now. I think that covers a lot of what I wanted to cover, and just have fun. It should just work. And yeah, there we go. And then there's, actually there's one more thing. Of course, there's always one more thing. What I wanted to do, so now that's all your PuPDMD. This is for your PuPDMD. What about the pup packs? Now, how about this? Get someone else to make the pup packs. But no, seriously, if you want someone else to make the pup packs, or you're working with someone else, get them, hey, can you do the pup packs? What you want to do, and there's one function, you don't even need to see what it does, but you just need to go make an Excel spreadsheet or a Google, what is it called? Sheets, Google Sheets, and like drain hit, and I think it's called pup event. And we're just gonna go, I'm gonna say, because this piggybacks off the the DOF, we're gonna start at 500, right? You can start 600 or 700, whatever. So make 500, pup event 500. List 500 is drain hit. Go somewhere else and go plunger hit. You can make all these different, and that's all you can do. As long as a pup pack editor goes, 507 is starting of multi-ball. 508 is stop of multi-ball. 512 is this mode. 513 is ball trap. 515 is outer lane hit. So so you just make all these indexes in the thing, and then the pup pack editor, he's just going to come here and go new trigger and call it a Jack's multi-ball. All right, and he knows because you told him it was you told him it was 500, so he's going to go, it's E543. And when he does that, this pup pack editors will know to do this. I'm going to go and I'm going to do stuff, and he's going to set that all up. So that's really how I do it. And at that point, you have your events, so that you can make a pup pack for the backglass, and you can tweak it a bit. Once you get used to all the pup player functions, you can tweak it in script again. But you're all set, and you can make a really bomb original table. And now, because of Rav Arcade, that awesome dude, this works just as straightforward as in Future Pinball. Okay, guys, I think that's enough for now. I'll make another one, I guess, or maybe not, but we'll see. Again, this is David Nailbuster signing off. Bye.